When there's no one left to call, you feel the time is right. Say the writing's on the wall, yeah. It's a
This is In the Know for Friday, July 10, the 192nd day of 2020. There are 174 days left in the year. Good morning, MB. Guiding you through In the Know at K105. On Litchfield's Country Station, 103.9 The Moose. Live online at K105.com via the Apple and Android smartphone app. Using the SoundCloud or iTunes podcast, on Facebook Watch, on YouTube Live, on Periscope, and the hashtag is In the Know. Coming up today, we update you on the latest news headlines from around the community, the county, the Commonwealth, and the country. And we will bring back the tried and true favorite during the pandemic. We'll play a round of You Pick Trivia, that and a whole lot more coming up today here on In the Know. Settling into my left, rolling Mach 9 with her hair on fire, is my beautiful wife, the beautiful girl. It's Beach. Good morning, sweetheart.
Good morning.
How you doing?
I'm good.
You seem to be back to full face for the first time this week.
Right?
I guess your skin is improving. Is that what that means?
I may have done something underneath, like a layer of something different.
Some type of beauty trick. I see.
Yeah.
All right. So you back to the normal routine. She is the pride of Pumpkin Center. She is the heiress to the great mini burger fortune. She's Vera Wang's arch nemesis and the Professional Bargain Hunters Woman of the Year. She's Misty Embry Thomas. Hey, here we go.
Holy Ghost, Holy Ghost, Big Bang Theory, Big Bang Theory, Pentecostal, Pentecostal, Fire and Brimstone, Fire and Brimstone, Mission Temple Fireworks Stand.
How's Misty?
I'm okay. How are you?
Doing well. You've been trying your mask on this morning?
I've got it right where I think I want it.
Okay.
Yeah.
The sweet spot. You got it fit.
Yeah.
You got it sized.
I think so.
Ready for wearing this afternoon. Good. Don't go these places if you want to. If you don't want to catch the Rona. Are you
Okay.
ready?
Yep.
Here are the 8 places you are most likely to get COVID-19.
Okay.
Bars and places of worship. It's interesting. Bars and places of worship are 1 and 2. I guess you're worshiping different things if you're at the 1 and 2. A crowded sports stadium. No, you're not going to be going there. Large concert halls. Not going to be going there. Movie theaters. That's a possibility. Amusement parks. Not. I mean, some people are. The gym and buffets. Those are the most likely places for you to catch
I think we'll see
COVID-19.
buffets go away. I think that will be a sign of the past.
Yep.
Yeah.
And that'll single-handedly collapse Las Vegas and the cruise ship industry.
No more Yeller, right?
Las Vegas and cruise ships were built on buffets.
Oh
and so
my gosh, I
who
forgot about
knows?
the cruise ship.
Cold front will bring scattered showers and thunderstorms this afternoon, so get ready for it to rain on your parade right around 5 o'clock. 5 o'clock seems to be a magical time for everything today. There's a risk of plentiful lightning, flash flooding, gusty winds with any thunderstorms that develop. The best potential for rain, by the way, is east of I-65, but we're in that I-65 corridor. But the further east of I-65, the more chances of rain. And even though we're seeing a front move through, we'll see highs top out in the upper 80s to lower 90s. But a little less humid on Sunday. But then back to humidity on Monday. This trend's going to continue for a while. This kind of hot and maybe more on the dry side. Scattered thunderstorms and a 40% chance today. We'll see mostly clear. 70 tonight, mostly sunny. 90 for tomorrow. And that's just the way that it's going to be.
I'm not saying it's so. I'm just going to throw this out there that we have to start wearing masks at 5, and then God sends lightning bolts at the same time.
That's right.
Are they correlated?
And pestilence at 6.
Murder hornets are back.
Yeah, I'm with Carrie. I go to Mark's gym.
Yeah.
I don't even have to wipe down the equipment at Mark's gym.
I know,
Well,
right?
and it's pretty obvious I've not been to Mark's gym in at least a couple of weeks.
You cobwebs is what you go to
That's
be
right.
wiping
Yeah.
off.
So, yeah. Cobwebs
Rona.
aren't conductive to coronavirus. Governor Beshear is making masks mandatory because of the virus spike, as you've heard us alluding to this morning. He said that in his briefing yesterday, that as of 5 p.m. today, is that 5 p.m. local time? Is that 5 p.m.
Who's
Eastern
5 p.m.,
time?
right?
It's 5 o'clock somewhere
Somewhere, right.
now. He says, I'm going to mandate that Kentuckians, in certain situations, in public, must wear a facial covering or mask. As for what this means, he went on to say, quote, all customers in retail facilities must wear a mask. In grocery stores, must wear a mask. And most forward-facing businesses must wear a mask. If you are indoors and you can't get 6 feet from individuals on anything that's not covered, then you must wear a mask. Outside, if you cannot be 6 feet away from one another, then you must wear a mask. So, for people like me, you all know this about me, that I'm an expert at technicalities. I like to explore the areas where the technicalities
It's the
fall
man
in
in
life. Is that a man thing?
I've told you the Eli brushing his teeth story, and I said that you men are born with a gene looking for the loophole. Like you word phrases that you leave yourself an out always.
Well, I think I like to attribute my need for technicalities. It goes back to if I had not done this as a career, I would have been an excellent attorney.
Yeah, absolutely.
Absolutely.
Because that's the technicalities is where you find the cover in the law. Some people might call them loopholes, but providing for a defense legally based in the law. So if you aren't going to be specific enough, I don't like vague things. I don't like, there's, so that's mandatory recommendation. Okay. But
Mandatory
if
means you could be punished.
Yes, and so you can be punished, I suppose, but he says that he's not going to be the one doing the punishing. He's equipped the health departments to do the punishing. Yes? No? Maybe?
I don't know.
That's where the enforcement was coming at the health department level, according to what the Associated Press and other outlets are saying. Beshear says that this is to protect the employees, the businesses, and the customers themselves, and that order will be in effect for 30 days. I want to see how well we do in 30 days. It's going to be enforced by local health departments and others, and it's going to be as simple as if someone won't wear a mask in your place of business, then they can't be served. It's that simple. Didn't we already have this? Weren't retailers and merchants at liberty to say you can't come in my store if you're not wearing a mask?
But now he's mandating them now to not allow service to people.
Yeah.
Listen, I feel this is the crappy part of this, for lack of better terms, is the employees now are going to take the brunt end of people's disdain over this because they have to be the ones to enforce his executive order. So when you're standing there saying, I'm sorry, no shoes, no shirt, no mask, no service, you can't come in and get your groceries, you can't come in and pay for your gas, they're going to be the ones that take the lip service or the verbal beating from people.
So back to Mr. Technicality, here's what this does to me. To be clear, I have worn a mask. All right, I've been in places where I've worn a mask. Am I over wearing a mask? I'm absolutely not over wearing a mask. But my circuitry, as I've maintained from the very beginning, is pretty closed. I'm not going to the mall and strolling down the arcade going, hey, everybody, what's going on? Right? I'm pretty contained. But when it's necessary, I have done it, and I will continue to do it. But what this mandate will do is that it will encourage, I'm just telling you how I am as a human. I'll look for ways to avoid having to go places that will require me to do it because it's a mandate. So what does that do? Well, it changes my spending habits. It diverts money in a different direction where I might have done it otherwise. So he says, well, we're limiting our economy by not having this mandatory mask thing. I'm telling you, you're limiting your economy because you're saying, well, if you want to go somewhere, you got to wear a mask. And I go, I don't know. I don't know if I really
look
need
at
to go
me, then
there or
I don't
not.
want to go somewhere.
That's it. That's the human nature in me that goes, no, I like
See,
my house. I
I
got
don't-
pretty much everything I
don't
need.
mind the mask. I don't mind it.
I don't mind it. I mind being told I have to.
That's the thing. I wear a mask when I'm out 95% of the time if I remember to grab it. I mean,
That's oops, forgot.
No, there are times I'm like, oh crap, here I am with no mask on. But it's the erosion of your personal rights. And what's interesting to me is, his party is all about the choice to do what you want to do. And America is about choice. So when we lose the right again to have a choice in something, it's an erosion of our rights. The greater good, though, is that we keep people safe. So it goes back to that, desirability quotient. I
He
talked
is
about a
right.
lot.
He says we're at 333 yesterday. He says we don't want to turn into 3352, which is Arizona. And I agree with that.
Sure.
But I maintain some of the things he did early on have spared us from suffering the consequences that Arizona, Texas, Florida, places like that are because they were slow to act. For that, I give him credit. And I'm not, to be clear, I am not telling you that his move for mandatory masks is bad. I'm telling you that it's ineffective. He missed his window in May to really encourage people. If he had said mandatory then, there would have been people like me who would have gone, well, all right, might as well do it. He says it's mandatory. I want to be a good sport. I want to take care of people. But you've allowed a whole group of people to run around for 2 months, making it a recommendation. And now you're going to have a hard time reeling those people in. That's my point.
Well, in May, we were also anxious to get back into the store. We would have done whatever he told us at that point.
That's right.
Most of us
That's-
would have said,
yeah,
mask,
absolutely.
sure, that
I
makes
agree.
sense. Reopening, we have to have a mask. And then you could have then said, okay, now we're going to the recommendation of a mask. So I get your point.
It's I just don't know how people are. It's kind of, again, Mr. Technicality, you sort of make me laugh when you say mandatory. And I think, I understand you're trying to be heavy-handed and really trying to come on, need you to wear that mask. And I'm fine with that. If you want to wear the mask, wear the mask. And I see it being helpful. I'm not arguing that. His decision-making and then when you say mandatory, is it really mandatory? I mean,
Here's some good things about having to wear a mask. Okay, let's look at the positive.
covers up my ugly face.
Okay, well, then we'll add that one on too.
Okay.
So I was going to say, if you have acne,
Oh, there's that.
But now I have
No.
maskne.
if you've not been able to, tweeze your stash, girls.
Oh, yeah, there's that.
Here's one I came up with the other day for myself, and I immediately called my husband and said, hey, guess what? I can talk to myself, and nobody looks at me weird because they don't realize I'm talking to myself because I talk to myself all of the time.
Can you imagine how confusing it would be as if you were wearing your AirPods and a mask?
Yeah.
I
Yeah.
mean, no one would know what's going on. Here's another benefit for me. When I wear a mask, listen, this part of my nose up at the top at the bridge is not particularly wide and ugly. So that's where the mask would hit. So it really covers the breadth of my nose down here.
Yeah, yeah.
And so my attractive level goes about 1.5 points higher on a 100-point scale,
So
not on
see,
a 10-point scale.
That was on my
a-
list too, is that
on
it
a
covers
100.
up my big nose. Like nobody realizes how big my broken nose is because mine's really wide right here where softball flattened it out.
Up there at the mask line. Yours has a hump in it at the mask line.
But see, I get to cover all that up because I can make the mask look nice and smooth. It looks like I have this.
Your mask will fit nice and tight there because you have a little holder. You have a little built-in
I do.
OptiGrab like Maven
I
Johnson
do.
on
Yes.
the jerk.
Yes, I do. Thank you. Yes.
You don't need that
So
thing.
good of you
By
to-
the way,
to
I
point
was,
that out, that I
was
have a
curious.
built-in
You know
OptiGrab.
I love you, right?
Uh-huh.
You
it's
do.
my nose you hate.
No.
he hates this nose.
He hates this nose.
Well,
I
just to
love
be
the
clear, I love both of you. So,
And then last point on the mask, I was curious to know. He added there are 22 other states. All right, so someone Google for me. I didn't have time before the show. Someone find out for me currently in the United States how many of our governors are Democrats. Okay, because this is where I've been all week. I'm curious to know. that if the GOP had gone the other direction on its position on mask and economy and all that, where would the other party be? So again, I'm going back to, I'm not disagreeing with his order to do it. I understand that it can be helpful, but out of curiosity, again, being a technicality person, I would just like to know,
Is he following other Democratic governors?
So you tell me this is not political. I will say, I heard Rush Limbaugh say earlier, I didn't hear him say, it was attributed to him, that he has been going to Europe and other places to get his health information on this virus because he thinks that it's less political. That you're not looking through it from a blue or a red lens.
Right.
You're looking at it just from what it is on the surface and reacting. And I'm telling you, I'm getting closer to that point because I don't want the
absolutely.
spin. I don't want the left spin. I don't want the right spin.
But that's what most media is trained to do. And then that's the way that most people start to look at it.
You talked to Josh Embry last hour on
did.
Shop Local Litchfield. 2 new cases announced over the previous days.
Lots of pending tests. He says that number has surged, people going in and getting tested. So we're going to see.
Are they
an
returning
influx.
after travel?
He didn't say this morning. I'm going to assume that, but he said we had a lot of pending cases Tuesday, but he said the last couple of days it's just surged.
Grayson County Board of Education has rated Superintendent Doug Robinson as exemplary in all 7 standards of his performance evaluation that they announced last evening. Also in the business section of their meeting, they approved a pay application for the partial roof replacements at the Grayson County Technology Center and Grayson County Middle School. They had some other business that you can read about at K105.com. Also, Misty, you'll be part of I'm going to call it a town hall, but it's a relaunch roundup virtual town hall on Tuesday featuring you and Superintendent Robinson. Q&A, you'll kind of be moderating questions that a lot of parents might have about the return to school and this A-B strategy and such. Do you know enough about it now that you can kind of explain what our role in it and what's happening?
Yeah, so K105 Digital Productions will be launching this off all of our platforms, our YouTube, our Periscope, our Facebook. You're also going to be able to see that stream shared at the Grayson County Schools Facebook page. Right now, there's a story at K105.com with a link in it that you can go in, and every parent has the opportunity to submit 3 questions. And Sam Gormley and I were looking at it this morning, and already 60 submissions, and they were using all 3 of their questions. Good. And we were going to look in just a minute and kind of code some of that data and see the symmetry, if there's a lot of the same questions, or he was going through saying there's actually a lot of different questions, things that we hadn't considered. So it's going to be a good opportunity for questions. You're going to be able to submit some questions live. We can't promise you we will get to them because the pre-submitted questions will be answered first, and we're going to have a timeline that we're working from. So the best is to submit it right now at K105.com and get your questions answered. Hopefully that's the goal of this.
Yeah, I saw the form this morning, and so you can fill that out. And I have a question. Will you ask my question?
You know, I'm going to vet your question.
Okay. I'd like you to ask the question on my behalf. Is there going to be school tomorrow? How I've been in broadcasting for it's got to be 32 years now, something like that.
Yeah.
And between the T-shirts question and that one, that's the one I've heard the most, and it's usually some, 5th grader. Is there going to be school tomorrow?
I'm glad you got the 5th graders. I got their parents asking when I was going to cancel school. So my question for Superintendent Robinson is this year the year that you actually give me the authority to call off school instead of waiting for Transportation Director Braxton Allen to make that call?
Don't forget, he told us we would do whatever. So
I'm willing to take on that role and just cancel school whenever I feel like it. So if you'd like to give me a key to the transportation department.
I have always loved it when they make the mistake of asking me the question in that way.
Yeah.
So you get the question, have you all canceled school yet? Nope, we haven't.
Not yet.
No, we haven't canceled it.
didn't.
And so, knowing full well it's been canceled. Have you all canceled it? No, we haven't.
We didn't technically. So there you are
Again,
technically.
Mr. Technicality.
It's like me asking Eli, did you brush your teeth this morning? And he said yes.
Some morning.
And then he said, did you mean this morning? Which my question was, did you brush your teeth? And he said, uh-huh. Did you mean this morning, Mom?
So you're saying that's a male thing?
Oh, I know it's a male thing.
Okay, I was just checking.
Both of the boys in my house do it. My girls don't even think in that way because girls can fill in the blanks of what mom is asking.
Oh, yeah.
And girls know, I'm not crossing you over something stupid.
You sure?
Yeah. I'll just go
Fauci,
brush my teeth.
a horse, won first race at Keeneland yesterday. Won by a socially acceptable distance.
6 feet
by the way.
apart.
Yeah, it was one length, which, is about 6 feet, I guess. Won by a length. Fauci wins. That's good. And Austin Cindric won the NASCAR Xfinity race last night at Kentucky Speedway. But get ready because they're going to have a do-over today. Back-to-back Xfinity races at Kentucky Speedway. It's on FS1 this evening. So if they have any car left from last night, then they'll get to try it again. And then they'll run the Cup Series this weekend as well. So big weekend at Kentucky Speedway. Sans fans. Got to get to a break. We'll come back. Got plenty more on the way. Hang around here on In the Know.
Expert care, high technology, hometown kindness. That's Twin Lakes Regional Medical Center. The team of dedicated healthcare professionals at Twin Lakes Regional Medical Center is committed to bringing you quality, compassionate care in a safe and state-of-the-art facility, driven to continuously improve the quality of health in the communities they serve, at the same time promoting healthier and more productive lives and lifestyles, close to home. Reliable, honest, progressive. Twin Lakes Regional Medical Center. Your home, your health.
Your health is important to you, so when you find yourself face to face with sickness, your main concern is simply how to feel better. Well, rest assured, your feel better starts right here at Midway Pharmacy. It begins the moment you walk through our doors, where you're greeted by our friendly, knowledgeable staff, and continues on with special services like free delivery. So whether your goal is to maintain a healthy lifestyle or to overcome that untimely sickness, remember,
Your feel better starts here.
at Midway Pharmacy.
Take your remodeling project to the next level and transform an ordinary space into an extraordinary one with Masonite doors and atrium windows from Future Designs. With Masonite and Atrium, you get countless design options that give you unmatched flexibility, energy-efficient glass choices, hardware, and more. So don't just remodel, transform with Masonite doors and atrium windows built around you. Start your transformation at Future Designs Building Materials on Quarry Road in Litchfield. FDBM.net.
App usage going through the roof during the shelter-in-place. App Store intelligence firm App Annie says mobile app usage grew 40% year over year in the second quarter of 2020, even hitting an all-time high of over 200 billion hours during April, and app downloads reached a high of nearly 35 billion. TikTok says it's removed almost 50 million videos for content violations in the last 6 months. The U.S. had the second most videos removed behind India. Almost a quarter of the videos TikTok took down involved inappropriate behavior by minors, from illegal drug use to sexual activity. Another 16% of the videos removed violated their suicide, self-harm, and dangerous acts policy. Spotify is looking to help you optimize your exercise regimen. Streaming service is launching an interactive webpage called Soundtrack Your Workout that'll let listeners define their workouts and preferences, and then it'll design a playlist for them. Playlists can be as long as 2 hours and be a mix of both podcasts and music. Tech Report, Larry Olson.
I've got Southern comfort running through my veins. My mama was the wind, and my daddy was a train. I'm the second coming of the midnight rider. I'm a modern day old soul singer, son of a gun and guitar slinger. Spent 10 years picking on a 6-string.
Today is Don't Step on a Bee Day.
That's good advice for most days.
Figure that's
but-
every day.
Or a murder hornet.
Don't step on a murder hornet
Don't
day
do
today.
that.
You go barefoot more this time of year, so just being aware about the possibility of stepping on a stinger. It's also Kitten Day today. A day to celebrate the incredible magic of kittens and encourage adoption. That was clearly
I love kittens.
That was clearly written for me. Those were not my sentiments.
He hates cats.
Blueberry Muffin Day is tomorrow.
Yeah.
Guess some of you just decided what you're having for breakfast tomorrow. Tomorrow is also Swimming Pool Day. So, true to form, in the same way of every day should be Don't Step on a Bee Day, every day should be Swimming Pool Day.
Absolutely.
Sunday is Different Colored Eyes Day.
Like if you have two in your head that are different colors, those people?
Yeah.
How many of those do we have?
Heterochromia is what that's called. So if you have
Heterochromia.
if each of your eyes is a different color. David Bowie, we talked about her yesterday on the show or day before. Mila Kunis,
Okay.
Yep.
she has two different colored eyes. And Kiefer Sutherland also has two different colored eyes. So that's what we're celebrating today and this weekend. I feel a little. I'm not sure if I've missed the boat on TikTok. The more and more stories I see involve TikTok. And in national news coverage, I saw a thing that the NBA did at the Grand Floridian Resort, which obviously caught my attention. But it was a TikTok video. And so I think I know what this is, but I'm not active and I don't participate and I don't have the app. But I'm having this really uncomfortable moment on, should I be paying attention to this?
I mean, if you want to laugh. The TikToks I get are funny.
But can it get away from you? Like,
Well, all of it
you go?
can.
I mean, yes, and that's my point, and I've worked very hard to get back to.
I mean, we used to say Facebook, but the truth is all social media is Hotel California.
Yeah.
You know, and we had a forewarning when the Eagles put out that song that social media was coming. That's what Hotel California was about, was the future of social media.
Sure.
Because you're never going to get out of there.
I've driven down many a dark desert highway with the cool wind in my.
See the symbology now?
I still don't do Twitter, Instagram.
But we tried them on for size, and the shoe didn't fit.
Yeah, I'm
You and
like,
I stuck with Facebook.
Yeah.
I'm trying to do more Instagram just because of the blog.
So the reason I ask is because, again, here we are leading off the segment with a story that involves TikTok, and it says, the TikTok has opened the world's eyes to many cutting-edge trends, like including the world's largest popsicle, which I saw earlier today, but we won't get into that now. Similar to Bangs for Men, now TikTok is telling us that boy perms are the new cutting-edge trend.
Boy perms.
So boys getting perms.
Okay, all right.
To which I sort of scoffed at.
Right.
Because some of us were blessed with a great natural wave.
Look at you, that unrolling mane you have to fit those headphones around every morning.
I have lived through the boy perm phase once already, to which I always sort of smirked at when guys I knew were getting those great curly perms. And
Yeah.
I'm thinking, look what God gave me.
Right, show off.
I mean, I still maintain that if I let my hair grow out because the top of my head is bald, it would look like a condor's nest.
Yeah. I really think we need to try that before you expire. Please.
It would form a natural bowl where California condors could nest.
I just love this so much. Keep talking about my nose.
Oh, hey, I'm equal opportunity.
You really are.
I'm equal opportunity flaw pointer outer.
Self-deprecating comedy is our favorite thing. You know, here's the thing about the boy perm. They're actually kind of cute. So the TikTok we just watched, it's cute. Like, that was cute. I don't know that you're all going to be cute, but that kid was cute.
His was the one we saw, and I think the ones that are becoming popular are a little more mild.
Sure, his hair's a little bit shorter, and so the perm.
We're not talking full-on Michael Jackson, Billie Jean video curly. We're not talking Eric LaSalle in Coming to America perm.
Yeah, no.
I had some friends who had that, by the way.
This is the big wand.
Yeah. I was the wave. I was the wavy curly hair.
Yeah.
I was not the kinky curly hair is my thing. So I'm you guys that just have stick straight hair, I feel so sorry for you.
If you do get into the TikTok, look up the President Trump speeches
I've
because they're
heard
the
that.
best.
I've seen one, and it was. I'm surprised that it really didn't hook me because
I I think you just have been too busy because it hooked you.
You know,
It's good stuff.
and you know what you've got? Problems. That's my favorite. Quibi has reportedly lost 90% of its early users after their free trial ended. Could it be because it has a silly name?
What is this?
Quibi. They were wanting to be the Johnny-come-lately of streaming providers, and so they offered a 3-month trial to 910,000 subscribers in their first days, and then after the 3-month trial, now the number is down to 72,000 people. You can't make a go of a content platform with 72,000 people.
Is this like a SoundCloud?
It is when everyone was rushing to Disney Plus was rolling out theirs. Peacock is coming out. HBO Max is coming out.
So this is a show.
There were a
content.
group of entertainers. Okay. I think J-Lo may have been one of the investors that were doing these small. Kevin Hart might be involved. They're doing these small, more. I won't call them talk show, but not fictional content, but more comedians in cars getting coffee or Kevin Hart's ice bath show or whatever. And people just there's so much.
Such a niche.
It's a crowded space, is my point, and so
There's too many.
Yeah.
Too many.
So, what have Americans been doing during the quarantine other than not watching Quibi? People are cherishing more time with their families during the coronavirus pandemic to the point of being called quarantine. Quarantine quality time is a combination of quarantine and quality time put together. 66% of people said the COVID-19 pandemic has brought them closer to their family than ever before. 41% have added more priority to eating meals as a family. That's sort of been lost as a family, and I think certainly something we're missing as a society. 3 in 4 people have been able to experience a key moment in their child's life. So I saw a mom this morning. You all probably saw the same. Mom was talking about milestones just over the last day or so for her youngster. And I thought, that is one of the blessings that you see is that whether it's first steps or whether it's learning to ride a bike or whether it's learning, how to solve a Rubik's Cube, then there's...
No one does that.
As a parent, if you're missing for those things, you always, I missed it.
Right.
But this has provided a unique opportunity to resolve some of that. 48% of people said they didn't really know what their significant other's job was.
We went through this last year with Jason, but it wasn't because of quarantine. It's because I had to write a life bio for a college class, and he read it. And he was like, wow, I had no idea what you did, what you were doing. I knew you got up and went to this place.
Well, I remember early
details.
on in the month, in March or early April, someone reporting some of those tweets that we did about learning during this process that said, I realized my husband he talks to everyone.
Yeah.
Like he talks to completely different in a way when he's at work. And then, learning.
Well, I go back to a friend's moment because no one ever knew what Chandler did.
Yeah.
Like what his job was, right?
79% of people have learned more about their children's hobbies and passions. 31% have taught a family member a new skill. 7 in 10 say they've had a wake-up call for them to focus on their family's unhealthy habits. Yeah, I can see that. Now, at the beginning of the show, I said that the mandatory mask idea is going to create... it will change people's motivations. They'll be less motivated to get out and run and free and go and do and et cetera, et cetera. So what will happen? It will be back into more of an isolation for a lot of people just because they'll choose to stay closer to home. So the resurgence of the coronavirus means couples will continue to be stuck inside with each other. And it says, how does a relationship survive that? It says, if there's one thing experts agree on, it's the importance of personal space. Consider setting aside at least 30 minutes to an hour a day during which you can enjoy some uninterrupted alone time, whether that's spent reading, exercising, watching YouTube videos, or something else entirely. Also a good idea to have daily check-ins so that you can both air out your worries, annoyances, and overall feelings. Each person takes 5 minutes to openly share whatever's been on their mind, including about the world at large, their work, and the relationship.
Yeah, I don't
it's
think
smart.
I don't think you're supposed to provide any feedback. You just let them have their 5 minutes, and then you all walk away with whatever was said, and then move on.
That's right. See you tomorrow.
Yep. Back here for tomorrow's grievances.
It's Festivus for the rest of us. 6-year-old girl fishing in Maryland reels in a long-lost phone that still works. I've known some people over the years that their phone goes in water. They try to do everything they can to save it. Old phones you could almost take apart. You can take the cover off and the insides. But I've seen people put them in an oven on low settings. I've seen people soak them in rice for a long period of time. Well, apparently, even a phone that was in the water for a year, they were able to dry it out using rice. And a 6-year-old young lady named Reagan, she was fishing with her family, reeled in her first catch of the day, and it was a cell phone. Oh, this was in a waterproof case.
Oh, okay.
So it did work.
It did
but
work.
If
For
it's
a
in there
year.
for a year, I'm sure
Yeah.
there was some moisture exchange in there, but they brought it out, they charged it up, and they found the owner. Preston Shapiro was an 8th grader who had dropped the phone in the water while kayaking a year ago.
So whoever made the waterproof case needs
Yeah.
to make a commercial out of that.
I kind of need to know the brand.
Yeah.
I got it. And this story made me happy. Maybe the happiest story all week. Ellie Goldstein is making strides in the modeling world, and so is Gucci with their Gucci Beauty's Unconventional Beauty campaign. She is an 18-year-old model from the United Kingdom. She has Down syndrome, and she says she feels so lucky. She recently got to do a photo shoot to help promote a new line of Gucci mascara, and she said it was the best day ever. I feel so lucky and honored to be chosen for this mascara campaign.
I love it.
I love it as
How
well.
sweet.
Wonderful for her and wonderful for Gucci. Got to get to a break. We'll come back. We're going to play a round of You Pick Trivia coming up. That's ahead here on In the Know.
Today, your McDonald's order could be more than an order. It could be the first meal you've enjoyed back inside your favorite Mickey D's. It could be a quick bite after getting a fresh cut from a real barber. Or it could be your way of getting back to feeling like yourself again. Whatever this order is, McDonald's will be here to take it.
Get a McChicken and small fries bundle for just $2. And enjoy any soft drink in our new large insulated cup for just $1 more. Prices and participation may vary. Dining rooms are starting to reopen in certain communities.
It's live entertainment in a new way again this Saturday night at the Lincoln Jamboree in Hodgenville. The show will be held outside and will kick off at 8 o'clock with national award-winning Loretta Lynn impersonator Emily Portman, Greg Tate, that can impersonate everyone from Willie Nelson to Don Williams, John Anderson to John Conley, and George Strait to Garth Brooks, plus the sweethearts of the Jamboree, Camille, Jeannie, Jessica, and Debbie, along with Jay Henderson and all of Joel Ray's Jamboree gang. The shows are still being held outside, so bring your lawn chairs, or you can sit in your vehicles, but remember, social distancing will be enforced. Food and concessions will be available, along with ice cream from the Sweet Shop. There's a $10 per person or $15 carload donation suggested. Parking begins at 7 and showtime is 8 o'clock. This show is packed with talent, so head on out this Saturday night to Joel Ray's Lincoln Jamboree in historic Hodgenville. Wow, what an outside drive-in show. In case of rain, the event will be postponed.
As we get back on the road and traffic increases, the Kentucky Office of Highway Safety is reminding you that law enforcement will be out this summer during the Blue Lights Across the Bluegrass campaign. The goal is not to write tickets, but to save lives. So do your part. Make smart choices each and every time you get behind the wheel. Obey the speed limit, drive sober, buckle up, and put your phone down. Spare yourself a ticket and possibly a life. Be safe this summer, Kentucky.
Community Trust Bank is pleased to announce that all of our branch office lobbies are now open during regular business hours. We remain committed to the health and safety of our communities and are committed to maintaining a safe environment for both our employees and our customers. The drive-thru at all of our branches remain open during regular business hours. You can also make an appointment with our staff by calling your local branch. For location, hours, and phone number of your local branch, please visit our website, ctbi.com.
Community Trust Bank, building communities built on trust. Member FDIC, Equal Housing Lender.
The federal government provides $150 billion a year to make higher education possible for anyone. Completing the free application for federal student aid, known as the FAFSA, is the first step to getting your share. But an estimated $40 million in financial aid is left on the table each year by Kentucky students. Don't let that happen to you.
Fill out the new and improved FAFSA today. Visit knowhowtogoky.org and join the conversation on Twitter, #KnowHowToPayKY. This message is brought to you by the Pritchard Committee Student Voice Team and the Council on Post-Secondary Education.
Before I stepped foot on campus, I thought I had to fit in, conform, be like everyone else. But then I found a powerful community, inspiring me to be me, seeking opportunities I never knew existed, like working with Apple to develop an app to help future students succeed. I'm Asari Nkansa, and my journey at the University of Kentucky is making my dream of helping others wildly possible. Find your possible at uky.edu.
K105 Weather is brought to you by Future Designs Building Materials on Quarry Road in Litchfield.
As we get into this Friday afternoon, there will be a risk for a downpour or even a thunderstorm, but once we head towards, say, 6 o'clock this evening, the radar is going to quiet down. It's going to turn quite breezy and comfortable, though, as we head into tonight. So after a high this afternoon, 92, down around 70 tonight. Looking good on Saturday. Looks dry, but stormy weather is back for Sunday. Wait for new Storm Tracking Team. I'm meteorologist Brian Good.
The 105 Days of Summer is powered by Litchfield Exterminating, here on the Twin Lakes Best Mix, K105.
Did you know a new word in English is created every 98 minutes?
Seriously?
A new word is created in English every 98 minutes.
How do they know that?
Which I was curious to know. Okay, take me back to 2015.
Right.
Take me back to prior to the Trump administration. How long was it taking for a new word to be created in English? I mean, we can account for covfefe, bigly, goodly, hugely,
yes,
neverly,
alwaysly.
Again, we've got all of those. So
he can turn anything into an adjective. He's very good at it.
He's wordly.
He is wordly.
Absolutely.
Yeah.
Here's by the way, if you weren't around during the throes of the isolation back in the months of March and April, it was a cathartic experience that we lived on You Pick Trivia. And so I hated the idea of abandoning You Pick Trivia. So we have brought it back. So if you want to play You Pick Trivia, you have a chance to win Holiday World or Beach Bend. We'll give you your choice, but you have to call 270-259-6000 right now. 270-259-6000 to play You Pick Trivia. Going to read 3 questions. They're multiple choice. It's super easy. And we'll see how successful you can be. Misty, are you missing You Pick Trivia? Are you glad that we bring it back from time to time?
Absolutely. Like riding a bike, you know?
Yeah, I get it. It's like riding a bike. I don't think you've seen these questions in advance. So we're going to give you ladies a chance to help the contestant, whoever that might be. By the way, some additional good news while the phones queue up. The Crown is getting a surprise 6th season.
Oh, wow.
After they previously only planned for 5 seasons.
I've not watched the new season. I'm not caught up.
You not?
No.
No, I don't think season 5 is out.
Oh, okay. Well, I've not watched 4 then. Whichever season was the last to come out, I've not watched.
So you've got one that we've not. Okay, so I understand. We got it.
It's one of those shows that you have to really focus on and invest, or you're going to lose so much context clue or so much content and context clues that you're lost in the storyline.
They originally said that they would not do one that takes them into they were not going to get to Harry and Meghan and William and Kate. But I bet that's changed.
But things got so salty.
I think they were coming all the way. Clearly, Diana was coming in, but so they were going to be able to wrap that all up in a season. But yeah, now there's too much intrigue.
Oh yeah,
that I think they're going to have to.
And the potential for. I think of the people they would pick up that would go back and watch.
That's exactly.
Who wouldn't have watched before. But my ADD, that's a show I have to really sit down and focus on, and I just can't do it when I have classes.
I got it. I understand. By the way, Kanye, some sources and people around Kanye are saying that he's in the midst of a serious bipolar episode that is leading to some of the comments that he's made over the last few days about running for president and et cetera, et cetera. So, I
don't think about it.
I think this is the equivalent of Kanye being Kanye. That's what they say. They want to blame it on his disorder, but, just kind of one of those things. All right, so let's go. So, Misty, pick a number between 1 and 6.
6.
All right, 6 it is. That means Ryan gets to play. Good morning, Ryan. How are you? Hello, Ryan.
Yes.
Are you there, Ryan?
I'm here, yes.
Okay, very good. Do you know how to play You Pick Trivia?
No, but I'm sure I can figure it out.
Pretty simple. I'm going to read a statement. I'm going to give you 4 choices. You pick the correct one. If you get all 3, you get your choice of Holiday World or Beach Bend, whatever you like. As a matter of fact, Ryan, if you can get 3 out of 3 today, I'm going to give you 2 tickets to both. 2 tickets to Holiday World and 2 tickets to Beach Bend. It's Friday. You deserve it, but you've got to get 3 of 3, okay?
Sounds great to me.
All right, here's question number 1. Misty's going to be here to help you, all right?
I'm sorry, Ryan.
Yeah, I'm sorry. Might be your only hope. Help me, Obi-Wan Kenobi. You're my only hope. Ryan, question number 1. What was the original flavor of the filling in Twinkies? What was the original flavor in the filling of Twinkies? Was it A, cheese? Was it B, banana cream? Was it C, chocolate? Or was it D, peanut butter? Was it cheese, banana cream, chocolate, or peanut butter? Misty, do you have a guess?
I knew exactly before you even got it out.
Yeah?
Yep.
Okay, what do you think it is?
It's banana.
All right.
I was thinking banana cream as well.
Yep.
Ryan, she seems pretty confident. Is that your final answer? You're going with B, banana cream?
We're going with B.
Okay, that is correct. All right, Misty.
I know my snack cakes, Ryan.
She served you well, Ryan.
Don't ask me math questions.
All right, Ryan, here's question number 2. Again, you have to get all 3. What food is hummus made from? What food is hummus made from? Is it chickpeas? Is it corn? Is it cream cheese? Or is it hummingbirds? Is it
A?
Oh, so you don't even need that.
Ryan. I know it is chickpeas.
You're going with that?
It is
Okay,
chickpeas.
Misty, is that your final
It is
answer?
my final
Ryan,
answer.
is that your
Yep.
final answer?
That is my final answer.
All right, you all know your hummus. That's correct. Very good. All right, you're all down to this final question.
Me too.
What type of nuts do hickory trees produce? What type of nuts do hickory trees produce? Is it almonds, pecans, cashews, or coconuts? Almonds, pecans, cashews, or coconuts? Misty, do you have a thought?
Pecans.
Misty says it's pecans. Ryan, what do you say it is?
Ryan, don't fail me now.
Hello, Ryan.
I'm here. You know what? I'm not too sure on this one. I'll take her vote on this one. We'll go with pecan.
You're going with Misty. You're placing your fate in her hands.
I'm placing all my faith.
Thank you, Ryan.
It paid off, Ryan.
Whoop, whoop.
Pecans is the correct answer. You just won 2 tickets to Holiday World and 2 tickets to Beach Bend.
You can thank my tree nut allergy, Ryan.
That's right.
I have a lot of knowledge about trees and tree nuts.
Congratulations, Ryan. We're going to put you on hold. We're going to get some information from you. Congrats. Have a great time wherever you to your travels this summer. Did you know that one? Or was it a guess? You did know
Well, no,
as a
look,
result?
I wrote down walnuts first. And then
I
pecans.
see.
Yeah, I knew it was either walnuts or pecans.
Okay. So you wrote down walnuts before you heard that walnuts was not a choice.
It was not a
right?
choice, so then I knew it was
So I
pecans.
told you about Kanye, Katy Perry.
Do we know for a fact that Kanye has been diagnosed bipolar?
Yes.
Okay.
Yeah, yes.
All right.
He
So
has.
that
He
is a
has.
real probability.
It is a possibility, but it seems that seems to be able to be managed is my point. And so
Yeah, you don't
can't
wanna
use that as a
capitalize
crutch
on
or an
that.
excuse.
Right.
Yeah,
That's not.
Katy Perry has announced her 5th studio album. It's called Smile. The new cover art is out. Daisies, you've been hearing on K105, is her new single, Smile, but she's not smiling on the album art, which is, I
Very
guess,
bizarre.
there's some irony involved in that.
Okay.
And the United States Postal Service has released a new series of hip-hop stamps So all the
fun.
various things that go around hip hop, and from emceeing to DJing to spitting rhymes and all that. So you're able to buy those as stamps now.
Love it.
I don't know when they came up with that idea, but the timing of it is actually pretty timely. Got to get to a break. We'll come back. Point to ponder, pearl of wisdom, chart toppers, and more ahead here on In the Know.
Ray had an elephant standing between him and his adult daughter. At Christmas time one year, he told her that he would build bunk beds for his granddaughters. By the end of January, Ray was stuck. He was good at woodworking and following blueprints, but he wasn't creative. He tried to design his own plans and even looked online and in magazines for ideas, but nothing ever worked out. The weeks and the months went by, and he never followed through. No bunk beds. Ray never mentioned his broken promise, and neither did his daughter. But the issue didn't go away on its own. It became the proverbial elephant in the room. Neither Ray nor his daughter could see it, but it was standing right there between them and prevented them from seeing each other. And that's how you know when there's an elephant in the room. People can't see or hear each other very well. It keeps problems hidden beneath the surface, where no one acknowledges them, let alone talks about them. It keeps conflict unresolved and severs relationships. In marriage, in parenting, in a friendship, unresolved conflict only escalates. The question is, how do you get the elephant out of the room? The answer? You acknowledge it. When an invisible elephant has been seen and pointed out, it loses its power. And once it's out of the way, two people can finally see and hear each other again. For more to help you thrive, go to FocusOnTheFamily.com. I'm Jim Daly.
Living in your ideal home, or is it still a dream? Future Designs Building Materials can help you turn your dreams into reality with atrium windows that will make the sun look brighter, roofing material that will keep your home protected year-round, and decking material for that perfect barbecue setting. Now is the perfect time to get your home improvement project off the ground. Got questions? Future Designs Building Materials can help with all your lumber and home improvement questions. Visit Future Designs Building Materials on Quarry Road in Litchfield or fdbm.net.
Your choice of lifestyle directly affects your health. And while there are many complex factors surrounding your lifestyle, sometimes the simple truth is that you just need to feel better. Well, rest assured, your feel better starts right here at Midway Pharmacy. We take our time to get to know you and your lifestyle so we can provide sound advice on ways to improve your overall health. So whether your goal is to maintain a healthy lifestyle or overcome that untimely sickness, remember, your feel better starts here at Midway Pharmacy.
You know what sounds fun? Holiday World sounds fun. We're talking the kind of fun that takes 128 acres to contain it. The kind of fun that leads to the sounds of silence on the car ride home. Because the kids will be sleeping. The kind of fun you need to start having today. But you can only get tickets online and only at holidayworld.com.
Free soft drinks, free parking, free sunscreen.
That was fun.
When your baby leaves you all alone.
MB's Point to Ponder for today. More TikTok. See, that's why I asked about TikTok earlier.
You gotta watch it.
MB's Point to Ponder for today. Can you tell a person's age by the way they answer a pretend phone?
Yes. Or
Yeah,
dial.
maybe.
Really dial a pretend phone.
Yeah, well, so there are
But
these
yes.
TikTok.
Yes.
You can find the 70s, 80s, and 90s babies out there because if you sell them to answer the phone, they stick their thumb and their pinky
we
out
make
like
the-
a receiver.
Yes.
But
Yes.
kids, our kids, if you say answer the cell phone, they do this.
Yeah. Or
so
this.
or
Speaker.
they hold it in
Yeah.
front of them, or if you might ask our
Yeah.
ancestors, they might go over to the wall and crank.
Put it
Hello?
up to their ear. Right
Sarah?
Like this. Right.
Get me Sheriff down at the courthouse.
Yeah.
Sheriff Taylor down there, huh? Get me the Bluebell Diner or whatever
Right.
it might be on there.
I mean, the dialing, though, are you one ringy dingy, two ringy dingy, or ding, 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 ding.
Yes, but if you were born in the 70s, 80s, or maybe even in the early 90s, then you've got that.
Oh, yeah, absolutely. In
You-
the 90s.
you make the
I had a
hook 'em-
cordless phone until 2000 and something.
Yeah, well,
yeah, absolutely.
Yeah, so it's you can tell.
I remember getting a phone that had the headset, so I had the cord to the headset, and it hooked onto your side. My sister thought this would be a great birthday gift for me with 3 small children, until I would go running down the hallway, and the headset would get hooked on a doorknob and pull me back.
Yeah.
Yeah.
A snagger.
Work hazards
I
when
got
you're
it.
raising children with a headset phone.
On television tonight on FX, the New York Times presents New York City nurses and doctors document their lives during the coronavirus. Tomorrow on TLC, it's the season 20 premiere of Say Yes to the Dress. On Sunday night, ABC has the NFL, has Celebrity Family Feud, NFL Players Association Hall of Famers, and Rising Stars compete. And that's what's coming up entertainment-wise. Don't forget the races at Kentucky Speedway. And then there's golf this weekend, playing at Muirfield, or they're playing the same golf course 2 weekends in a row, which they've not done since the 50s.
So my son is now interested in golf.
Who could have seen that coming?
Not me at all.
Really?
Yeah, because Jason tried for years to get him interested. But here's the best part. What I thought was my new vacuum cleaner showing up at my house was
yeah.
actually a new golf bag
Mhm.
with clubs.
That's all right.
So I said, "Did you get new golf clubs?" He said, "I gave Eli all my old ones." Were they really old?
Well, old to him.
He's only played 3 times. So here's what I'm doing this weekend. I'm giving my girls all my clothes.
Ooh.
Because I knew.
Yeah, because this
Don't
is
give them all to them.
well, this is how this
Don't
works.
forget me.
I said thank you for the pass.
Today's highlight in history, this date 1940, during World War II, the Battle of Britain began. In 1908, Williams Jennings Bryan was nominated for president by the Democratic National Convention in Denver. In 1973, the Bahamas became fully independent after 3 centuries of British colonial rule. That daring rescue in Thailand of those boys that were trapped in the cave came to a conclusion. Birthdays today: singer Mavis Staples is 81, Arlo Guthrie is 73, Bella Fleck is 62, Gary Laveau from Rascal Flatts is 50, Sofia Vergara is 48 today. Bless her
Wow.
heart. Fell out of the ugly tree and hit every branch on the way down.
Right, just whack
Poor
right in the
her,
face.
just my goodness gracious. No one will ever love her. She's just so homely looking. Jessica Simpson is 40 today. Sofia Vergara. Gone but not forgotten, Adolphus Busch, founder of the Anheuser-Busch Company, born in 1839. Nikola Tesla, born in 1856. David Brinkley, the journalist, born this date in 1920. Let's see if we can wrangle a chart topper. Oh, I forgot to mention Arthur Ashe was born this day in 1943. This is a Bob Wills song from 1945.
When the Yanks raised the stars and stripes on Iwo Jima Isle, through the blood and tears they won through.
Sons of the Pioneers singing
Bless
it,
the
actually.
heart of each Yankee there on Iwo Jima Isle.
It's kind of a patriotic song, so you all can't dog
No, I'm like, I have no disrespect for the lyrics. I'm just not in love with the tune
it.
itself.
Don't be un-American.
No.
1954, Archie Blyer was number 1.
A place where no one knows your face.
Are those little finger symbols
That's
in
what I'm
there?
trying to figure out. It sounds like those wooden cup things.
It's
Yeah,
called
yeah.
Hernando's Hideaway.
But it sounds kind of like the finger symbols.
All you see are silhouettes, and all you
Did you know if you have dinner at Morocco in Disney World's World Pavilion at Epcot, you can see a real live belly dancer?
Really?
She has finger symbols.
She has
does.
finger symbols. I'm sure
It's
it was
way
her fingers
better
you
than
were
what you just
focused
heard.
on.
That's all I was seeing was the finger symbol.
Yeah, I never saw the belly dancing.
None of that. The Chiffons, One Fine Day, number 1 this date in 63. By the way, I have been to Epcot many times since 1982 and had not seen the belly dancer until last year.
Something new every year. Was she new or she's always been there? I mean, a belly dancer.
I have a
not
feeling-
They've always had.
They've had a belly dance.
Probably, but I thought
she-
someone's been keeping this from me.
Yeah. She was good.
Missed opportunity.
She was pretty. Yeah.
1972, Billy Preston was number one. I admire people that are able to do that, though.
Right?
Yeah,
That's,
no, I don't think they have the last three parts of their spine. That's why they can do that. The last three vertebrae must be
She
missing.
must have a spine like a question mark.
It's the only plausible answer to be able to do that. I surely
Billy
don't
Preston,
look like that when
out
I
of
try
space.
it.
You what?
I said I surely don't look like that when I tried
I
it.
want to make sure I heard that correctly.
I have an extra rib.
Yeah,
I really
right?
can't.
Yeah, she gets locked up in one position.
Let's go to
Extra rib catches.
1981. Barbara Mandrell was number one.
I was country when country wasn't cool.
Most successful of the Mandrell sisters. I mean, right? You can't argue that.
I remember circling.
Oh, she was the Michael Jackson of the Mandrells.
Yeah, there's always that one that emerges to the top.
Sure.
You know, Loretta.
Mark.
Yeah,
Marita. Martha.
right. I'm glad
They're
you
not
said it.
here.
I was going to say it.
I'm not
I'll
saying
let
a
you
word.
say it,
They're
right?
not here to object. So
Oh, sure.
I have them at a mathematical advantage. Or they're at a disadvantage. 1990. In Vogue and Hold On, number one. Speaking of Epcot, I've seen In Vogue perform this song at Epcot.
I saw him go get the state fair.
By the way, I discovered last week while we were gone, I discovered video evidence of me marching in front of President Reagan at Epcot in 1985.
YouTube?
It is on YouTube.
Excited.
Yeah?
It sure is.
Good.
My cousin, Mike Kane, posted a picture of the drum section,
Yeah.
and I showed it to Taylor, and she said, wish you were in this photo, and I looked in, and I said, I am in the photo.
There I am.
was in the row right in front of the percussion. And so then that led me to go find it online on YouTube, and it's available.
Huh, look at you.
And I was like, that's awesome. I forgot that existed.
Finally famous.
Finally. I finally got my YouTube moment. Will Smith, Wild Wild West, 1999. Leona Lewis, Bleeding Love in 08. 3 years ago today, Bruno Mars, That's What I Like, was number one. MB's Pearl of Wisdom for today. Build a life that you don't need a vacation from. Build a life that you don't need a vacation from. MB's Pearl of Wisdom for today. Look forward to seeing you back here Monday for another edition of our show. For Misty Thomas, for Beej, I'm MB, and now you're in the know.
Powered by Heritage Media of Kentucky. WKHG Litchfield, Kentucky, USA. 104.9 FM. The Twin Lakes Best Mix. K105.